They say you should try to find yourself. I got stuck in the valley. They say never try to hide yourself, but I spent all of my money on California. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? California. Now tell me where you've been and everything you've seen. California. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? California.
Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negative, and if things don't turn out, just take another shot. I thought that was kind of cute. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is Piper. That's Bonnie. And this is your Yoga from Home. It's your Strong Foundations practice. We call it Strong Foundations. It emphasizes balance and strength today, and we all need that. It's kind of a fast pace, but maybe you don't take it at a fast pace. Maybe you take it at a slower pace. You do what exactly is right for you. That's what the bottom of our screen says. Everybody's body is different. Every day is different. Don't hurt. The word to think about as you practice today is potential. We've all got a lot of potential. Potential means capable of being or becoming something stronger, more balanced. What could you do if you didn't hold back? What could you do if you didn't have your mind holding you back? Think about your potential today and just enjoy your yoga. Just enjoy. Why not, right? All right, you're going to need some props. Today's props, maybe you've got a chair. Maybe you've got a chair and you're seated in your chair. That's good and that's great. Maybe you're near a wall to use the wall for balance. I showed how to do a chaturanga a little earlier on the wall during the introduction. So you can take any of the poses on your mat and kind of transfer it to the wall if that feels better for you. 2 yoga blocks. That's always a good thing to have. Hey, Piper. And a dog nearby. All right, your strap, a yoga strap, if you want to use that, have that handy too. That helps in some ways. You know, the props help. They make some poses more difficult. You can create some more challenges with it. Or the best way I like to think about the blocks is they bring the ground up to you if you need that assistance. And it's really helpful sometimes. An eye shade, an eye towel, and some water. You gotta have the water. All right, let's come on up to standing. And as you come on up to standing, let's lock a stress number in our mind. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, how stressed out are you? How do you feel in your body? Give it a number on that scale so you can come back to it at the end. The beauty of this hour is that the number comes down. The number comes down really quickly, even after this little warm up. All right, so take a stand of confidence. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Hands to your hips, or use a chair here for balance. Nothing wrong with that. The biggest thing, 2 words, just move. All right, let's lift our chests up to the sky. Come on up onto your toes. Come up onto your toes, then down on your heels. Take some deep breaths in through your nose. And big breaths audibly, do it audibly, out through your mouth. Lift and lower. Breathe. So wake up your feet, strengthen your foundation, spread your toes wide, kind of grip the mat when you come on down. Use them. That's what they're here for. All right, you're lifting up onto the balls of your feet. Maybe you find you can come a little bit higher. Try to keep your heels behind your toes. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Come down to your heels and lift all 10 toes up and give them a wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle in the toes, and then go back to lifting up on the balls of the feet. You're in your confidence stand. Chest is forward, shoulders are back and down. Back down to the heels, give the toes a wiggle. You're feeling it in your calves, aren't you? Just wake them up. They are your foundation. Root solidly into your feet. Lift your arms on up to the sky, your extended mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel the lift out of your hips. Feel the lift out of your chest. Feel the lift out of your fingertips. Big breath in. Big sighing breath out, kind of settles you in. Interlace your fingers, send your palms up to the sky, and start to sway gently from side to side. You take the sway as deep as is right for you. Maybe you take it a little bit longer and hang out here, then bring it on back up. Then remember to take it to the other side and hang out here. Just move the spine sideways. Breathe. Most important part. Breathe. Chin away from your chest. Let's finish up. Let's cactus out our arms today. So like a goalpost. As your arms are cactused out, look up to the sky. Take a little back bend. Now, if that doesn't feel great, lots of ways you can do it. You could put your hands at your low back, fingers down, or fingers up. Woo, push your hips forward. Just do. And then when you're ready, exhale, hinge forward. Let your arms hang long. Put a little bend in your knees. Look back. If you're looking at your toes, look to your ankles. If you're looking to your ankles, look to your knees. If you're looking to your knees, look up towards your navel. So the top of your head is hanging toward the earth. Try that little bend in your knees. It feels really right. Big inhale, big exhale. Sweep your arms on up. Come on back to your extended mountain pose. Breathe. Let's do some arm circles, shoulder circles. Just do some big circles with your arms. Wake up your shoulders. This will help warm you up as we do other poses throughout the practice. All right, so you're moving your arms in a nice big circle, maybe not so big. Put a bend in your knees. Wake up the knees. They want to come to the party too. Hands come down, knees bend low, arms go up, knees straighten. Bend, bend, bend. Arm circles, take them in the other direction. Wake up your body, wake up what you got. You're working on strength, you're working on balance, flexibility, mobility. We know it's all good. Let's finish up, arms down by your sides. Let's start a controlled twist. Maybe close your eyes if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, or keep them open. Start to sway from side, to twist from side to side. Let your arms hang heavy. Tap a hip, tap the bottom. Breathe. Look over your shoulder, maybe a wee bit more. Twist, twist, twist. Feel it in your waist. You're in control. Arms are heavy and just kind of flopping by your side. Breathe. Then finish up. Slowly bring your arms back to the midline of your body, ragdoll time. All right, feet, bring them out a little further, like hip width distance. Hinge forward like you did earlier. Take your hands to opposite elbow creases. Adjust your stance so you're comfortable. Hinge forward a little bit more. Your chest coming to your thighs, crown of your head to the earth. Hang out here for a second or two. Put a little bend in your knees. See how that feels. And then start to sway gently from side to side. Left elbow to left knee, right elbow toward right knee. Just sway here. This is a month of living your yoga off of your mat, and this is one of the tips we had this month. Do your ragdoll pose after you're seated for a long period of time. It feels great. It decompresses your low back and makes life better. Anything to make life better, right? Breathe. Maybe take the sway a little deeper. As you're ready, finish up. Bring your arms back to the midline of your body. Your toes, give them a wiggle, lift them up. Try to just lift your big toe. Try to just lift your 4 other toes as the big toe plants. Just try. Just move the feet. Place your hands down on your mat. Bend your knees. Let's come on down to a child's pose. In your child's pose, knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. Here's where you can use the block to bring the ground up to you. And if ever you can't get quite down to the ground, bring the block up to you. All right, so in your child's pose, what you want to do is place your forehead onto your block or onto your mat. Arms down by your sides, palms reaching up. Here's your classic child's pose. An option is your extended child's pose. I really like that one. Spread the knees wide, hips back to touch your heels. Arms reach to the top of your mat, head down to the block or to the mat. Stretch it out. Reach through your fingertips if you're in the extended child's pose. Big toes are touching in either variation. Big breath in through your nose. Big sighing breath out through your mouth settles you. Think of your chest going closer and closer to the mat. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. After you've sighed it out a good number of times, whatever is for you right today, close your lips and maybe breathe in and out of your mouth. No, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. That would be better. The big breath in, big breath out. Maybe press your hands more into the mat, sending your tailbone to the back of the room. Shake your head a little bit, left to right. Massage your forehead into your mat. Child's pose, a great pose in which to stay if you'd like to stay longer. You decide. No rush, no hurry, just have fun. Bring your head back to the midline of your body. Let's take our hands, slide them either up or down, depending upon where they are. Bring them underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. Let's go into our first downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, push your hips up to the sky. Heels, adjust your feet so your heels are slightly lifted and elevated from your mat. So maybe your stance is wider, maybe it's up closer. Everybody's height is different. Take a look at your hands. They should be hip or shoulder width distance apart. Hands spread wide. Think of somebody lifting your tailbone higher up to the sky. Shake your neck as you look back towards your knees or up towards your navel. Neck is loose, not holding on. Pedal it out in your feet. Pedal it out, pedal it out, pedal it out. We're going to do a lot of downward facing dogs. This is the way you want it to look. Check out your feet, your hands, your neck. No tension there. Always feels good to pedal it out. Finish up, still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Come on up to your extended mountain pose. Take a little baby back bend if you like. Arms go back up to the sky. Let's do some sun salutation. Hey, shall we? All right, lift. Exhale, hands through prayer center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Back is flat, crown of the head lengthens to the front of your room. When you're ready, walk your hands forward. Remember I said you could do this up against a wall too. Walk your hands forward, come into a high plank. When you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana. You could stay on your knees here if you want. You could be pressed up against a wall. You can take it from high plank to a low plank, hugging the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come onto the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your feet, send your hips high. Down dog, we talked about this. Hold on here, pedal it out. Let's flow through this a couple of times. By flowing, I mean one breath to one movement. Still your heels. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. As you inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Little baby back bend if you want, arms back to the sky. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, back is flat, lengthen. As you exhale, walk your hands out, Chaturanga Dandasana. Take it on your knees, don't take it at all, just come to a high plank, then back to a down dog. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest shines forward. Tuck your feet, down dog, hips are high, push into your mat, pedal it out. Still your heels. Walk your hands back to meet your feet or the other way around. Inhale, arms sweep up, little back bend. Arms go back up. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands on the wall or the mat. Step it back to your variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Press into your hands. Pedal your feet. Still your feet. Feet walk to meet hands. Hands walk to meet feet. You decide. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Let's take the extended mountain to a chair pose. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Arms reach. Knees are bent. Sink weight back into your heels. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, sink lower into your bottom. In fact, sink so low into your bottom, you put the weight in your heels and lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Plant your feet, lengthen through your arms. One more time, big squat down here, bottom toward the mat. And as you're ready, one more big lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten your legs, fold forward. Look back to your knees or up towards your navel. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Breathe. Lengthen through your spine. And as you're ready, plant your hands on your mat. Step your feet back. Take a high plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, kick your right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge, bringing the foot between the two front hands. Rise on up, spiral your back foot down. The camera's too far back, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna switch cameras and just keep it here for a while. All right, so your knee is over your ankle. Bottom foot is solidly planted. Arms tee out. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Squeeze your mat together, look to the right. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach to the front of the room. Tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Right knee over right ankle, Right arm comes down, left arm goes high. Breathe. Look up towards your left fingers. Big stretch in this left side. You can take your hand, high five the ceiling, maybe move the arm up, up, up toward the front of your room. How does that feel? That's intense. On your next inhale, rise on up, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low, reach to the back of the room. High five. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, chaturanga dandasana. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We have another side to do. When you're ready, kick your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, spiral the back foot down, arms tee out, settle into that front knee, look to the left. Inhale, lengthen up, squeeze your mat together with your strong legs. Exhale, reach, tick-tock 6 and 12, look up, maybe high five the ceiling, maybe reach forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm up, right arm low. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, chaturanga dandasana. Left foot meets right, high plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, shake your neck. Let's go through it some more. All right, still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Breathe. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Bend into your knees, hold it here. Add in the arms, reach them long for your chair pose. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, settle. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, settle. One more big inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer center, straighten your legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, your back is flat. Woo! As you're ready, plant your hands, step it on back. Chaturanga dandasana if you want. High plank to low plank, elbows hugged in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Pedal it out. Right leg kicks high as you inhale. And as you exhale and hollow out your belly, sweep the right foot forward in between your two front hands. Left foot plants, you rise up, warrior two. Sink low into your front knee. Arms tee out, look to the right. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach, then tick-tock. High five if you want, or just raise the fingers high, look up to the left hand. Inhale, arms go up. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga dandasana. Right foot goes back. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, either on your knees or not. Down dog, hips are high. Hips are so high. Tailbone lifts, shake your head, pedal it out, breathe. We have another side to do. Your left side. When you're ready, still your feet. Inhale, kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, come on up, spiral your feet down. Nice solid foundation, sink low, arms tee out, look left. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach, tick-tock, look up, reach. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm high. Whew. Cartwheel your arms, chaturanga dandasana. Hands come down, left foot meets right. High plank, exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe, pedal, you got it. It's good. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Whew. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine is long. Exhale, fold forward, look back to your knees. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Exhale, bend your knees, arms reach. Inhale, lengthen through your fingers. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale, lengthen, third time's the charm, right? Sit lower. This is it. Last series, last set. Hands to prayer center, straighten your legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, step it back. Chaturanga dandasana, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. rise on up. That's what warriors do. Sink on down, arms tee out, knee over ankle. Breathe. Lengthen up, look to the right. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock 6 and 12, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm high. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Another side, pedal it out. Let it feel good. Take care of your foundation. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm high, right arm low. Exhale, cartwheel the arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, neck is loose. Shake it out. Pedal it out. Whew. Breathe. Let's finish. Bend your knees a little bit. Hover them above the earth in a bear plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Just hold here for a second. Come on down to your knees. Grab a drink. However you want to be. 3 sets. Good on you. You know, maybe you did 1 set. Maybe you did all the sets. Whatever you did, it's good. Grab a drink and let's continue. All right. So that was your warm-up, your child's pose, your sun salutation A, and your sun salutation B. Just remember to stay in the action. Stay out of the results. Don't sweat the results because it'll all come and it all comes in time. You just got to give it the time, right? What's your potential? All right, so let's do a plank, a 1-minute plank. Okay, oh my gosh. I'm not going to time it today. All right, so come into a plank, a variation that you like. I'm going to tell you something about planks. All right, so lots of ways you can take this. Planks are so good for overall strengthening, and we'll talk about that in a second. You can be on your knees in a tabletop. Walk your hands more forward, walk your knees more back. Hinge the weight more forward, and hold here. Totally good, totally fine. Maybe you're pressed up against a wall, pushing into the wall. The secret is to just push into the wall. If you're on the ground, you want your shoulders over your wrists. You can send your knees back a little bit more. Adjust so it feels comfortable for you. You can slip down to your forearms. You can still stay on your knees. You can spread your hands wide. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Press on up to a dolphin plank. You decide what you want to do. I'm going to take a high plank. You decide the variation you want to do and take the breaks that you want to take. All right, so let's send our legs however you like. Come into your variation of a plank. In a high plank, belly is sucked in. It's all sucked in all your planks. Shoulders are over your wrists. Legs are long. Press into the earth. Here you go. Here's your plank pose. Take breaks whenever you need. Drop to your knees if you need to. It's up to you. All right, a little something to think about with your planks. The isometric hold, being still in this plank pose, encourages your body to manifest stability as a whole because everything's engaged, right? This, in turn, creates an overall improvement in your balance, which is what we're after today, and your coordination. Learning to keep your body stabilized and still during this difficult horizontal hold ultimately enhances your ability to stabilize in the more natural vertical state. Standing up, hold it, finish. Come down to your knees. I should have set a timer because I think that was pretty long. Anyway, so I think that was really helpful. Knowing that staying in your plank tightens up, holds on to, strengthens everything you got. So when you're standing, which is the way we are a lot of the time, you're more stable, you're more balanced, you're stronger. You got it. All right, I'm gonna grab another drink and let's do our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. All right, here we go. Whew. Maybe have your strap at shoulder height if you like that for boat pose. I'm not gonna use it today, but remember, it's your yoga. Do it your way. I'm gonna bend my knees, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide, hands like feet in prayer. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, hold on here. You feel it in your groin. All right, let's come on back. Recline all the way down to your mat. Nice and slowly, in control, because you did core. Your core is so strong. Hike your heels up closer to your groin if that feels good. Fingers lightly to your temples or at your ears. You're not gripping or holding anything. They're just lightly resting there. Elbows open wide. Maybe this is where you stay. Breathe in and out of your mouth to let some of that heat go. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of heat going. Whew. All right, on your exhale, peel your shoulders up, chin guides up to the sky, come on down. Elbows stay open wide, as do your knees. Lift and lower, up on the exhale to hollow out your belly, and then come on down. Up on the exhale, down on the inhale. You decide how you take these, how high you peel on up, but just try. Just try. Every little bit is good, right? Every little bit makes you stronger. And you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. You gotta be stable, right? Breathe. Let's finish up. Come on down here. Take a rest for just a moment. Maybe cactus out your arms like we did earlier. So your arms are parallel to the sides of your mat. Backs of your hands are on your mat. This is your cactus arms or goalpost arms. That's a good name too. Bring your knees together to touch. Let's go right into boat. Take your strap and place it under your feet if you want to use it. Hold on to the edges of the strap like reins of a horse. Or take your hands behind your thighs, behind your hamstrings, low on the hamstrings. Rock and roll up a couple of times. You know your body best. If osteoporosis or osteopenia is in your wheelhouse, don't rock and roll on your spine. Check with your doctor. All right, so rock a little bit. Have some fun. You're in control here. Come on up to seated. Act as if you were in a beach chair. Sit on back. Chest is lifted. Back is nice and straight and flat. All right, hands are behind your knees or on your straps. Maybe lift one leg up. Maybe lift the other leg or both. Hold on here, lean on back, hold on. Nothing wrong with keeping your arms here. Totally good. Breathe. Maybe release your hands, maybe reach your fingers towards your feet or up a little higher toward the sky or even higher still. You decide how you want it to be. Put a little bend in your knees if you want. That's good too. Hold on, strong core, hands to prayer center. Row, row, row your boat like we mentioned yesterday. Every day our practices are different. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube. But just do. Row your boat, one elbow, then the other. Little bend in your knees, might feel even better. Breathe, twist, twist, and breathe, and finish. Hug your knees in. Try not to set your feet down today. Hug underneath each knee. Hug under the knees. Try not to set your feet down. If your feet are down, no big deal. Wiggle on up so you're just on your toes. Hold right there. Hold there, bring your chest closer to your thighs. Maybe circle your ankles, one direction then the other. Maybe wrap your forearms around your shins and squeeze even tighter in your little yogi ball. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Let's go into our little lunge series here for our hips. That'll help with our challenge today. All right, so place your feet down. Maybe crisscross at the ankles. Make your way back to a downward facing dog. All right, to get to your downward facing dog, maybe you come straight back to your downward facing dog, or you say, I'm gonna do a chaturanga dandasana. I'm gonna do that. Let's hinge forward, high plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel the good stretch in your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high. Breathe. When you're ready, kick your right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. In this low lunge, we are going to come on up to a high lunge. So come on up to standing. Both feet are on your mat. All 10 toes point forward. Bend into your knees. Right knee over right ankle. Left knee's hovering just above the earth or higher, you decide. Or, better still, come on down. Totally fine. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Now cactus them out. Backs of your hands to the back of the room. Chest is lifted. Take a little back bend here with cactus arms. When you're ready, come back up. Hands to prayer center. Hold on right here. Big breath in. Big breath out. And when you're ready, let's take the right toes and wiggle them on up to the top right corner of your mat. Left leg goes long on your mat. Hands come down in between, on the inside of your right foot. Wiggle your toes more forward. Left leg goes long. You can use a block here to bring the ground up to your hands. That feels good. Maybe open up the right leg onto the pinky toe side of the foot. Breathe here, press into your block. Maybe bring your forearms down to the block, or maybe bring your forearms down to your mat. Lengthen up, Relieve the tension in your hips. We'll do even more of that with our pigeon pose. When you're ready, press into your hands. Let's do a side plank. Arms are straight, right leg goes back to meet the left. Come into your variation of a side plank. Maybe you stay down on your bottom knee, right leg goes long. The key is in your left arm. Left shoulder over left wrist, right arm lifts. Stay right here if you like. You can always straighten the legs. You could kickstand your legs and lift an arm up, or stack your legs on top of each other, lifting the right arm up, looking up to your fingers, keeping your hips lifted, and then finish. Hand comes down, come back to your down dog, pedal it out, sneak in that chaturanga dandasana, only if you want to. High plank, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Hips are high, breathe. When you're ready, kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. Rise on up. All 10 toes point forward, back heel is lifted, arms go up, and remember, you could drop down to that back knee all the way or keep it hovering above the earth. Lengthen up here, bring your arms to a cactus pose, bring the backs of your hands to the back of the room, hold on here, nice job. Hands back to prayer center, drop to the back knee. If you wish, wiggle your left toes all the way up to the top left corner of your mat. Same thing here, send the right leg long on your mat, top of the foot resting on the mat. Use the block to open up to your runner's lunge. You don't have to open up the pinky toe, only if you like. Press into the block, forearm into the block, or forearms down to your mat. Breathe, find length. Let's finish. Press into your hands. Let's do a side plank here. This time, send your left foot back to meet the right. Right arm is going to be your strong foundation. Send your legs, either on the knee or legs go long. Maybe kickstand the feet. Maybe the arm goes high. Lift, breathe. You got it. Look up to your left hand. Breathe. Press hard into the earth. And finish. Hand comes down, hips go high. You're in your downward facing dog pose. Pedal it out, enjoy, or enjoy your chaturanga dandasana. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out, breathe, shake your neck, still your feet, adjust your feet. So this time, your heels can touch down. So maybe you got to move the toes closer to your body, maybe further apart. You decide. Bring your heels down. Let your hands press hard into the mat. Breathe. Finish. Go back to your down dog with the heels lifted and pedal it. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Woo. Exhale, fold forward. Fold your body in half. Look to your knees. Look to your navel. Capture your calves. Fold even more. Hold on. Arms are strong. Fold, fold, fold. Release your arms. Inhale. Arms sweep up. Come on up. Extended mountain. Breathe. Lift out of your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Let's do tree pose. Let's do a series of some balancing poses. All right, for your tree, we're gonna take it from tree to toppling tree. So, root into your mat. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Soften in your shoulders. You're starting over. You're starting fresh. Every breath is a fresh start. So take a big breath in and a big breath out. Maybe the chair is nearby and you use it for balance. Take the weight out of your right leg. Open up, root into the left leg. Open up the right leg to the side of the room. Bring the sole of the foot to wherever suits you. Maybe it's a little kickstand with the heel inside the ankle. Bring it on up higher if you like, but keep the knee drawn to the back of the room. Check out your hips by seeing if they're equidistant to the front of the room. Bring the foot up higher perhaps, but just not on the knee, you know that. Press the leg into the foot, foot into the leg. Find your balance here. Huge pose, very popular pose. What helps is to look up where the ceiling and the wall meet. Grow your branches, raising one hand then the other. Send the backs of your hands to the back of your room. Breathe in your tree pose. All right, hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room, but try not to set the foot down. Hold on here. Take your hands, interlace your fingers behind your back. So your thumbs are pressed into your low back, chest is lifted, you're still looking forward. Send your right leg back toward the back wall, and then lift it on up. Bring your chest toward the earth as you come into a toppling tree. Interlaced fingers, work them up from your low back, work them up the back wall. Right leg lifts as high as you like. Fingers go up toward the sky, look down to your left toes. Finish. Slowly bring the right foot back to meet the left. Hands back to purse center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another opportunity to see your potential to succeed. You got it. Eyes are closed, feet are rooted, hands in prayer. Lengthen up. Exhale, root into the earth. Other side, same thing. This time root into the right foot. Weight out of the left leg. Open up that hip, knee to the back of the room. Take the stand however you like with that foot. Maybe bring it high, high, high up into the thigh. You decide. Remember, leg into foot, foot into leg, hands at first center. Look up, look up. Think of the crown of your head lifting high. You are strong. You are strong. You are built for this. Grow your branches. Look up. Sway your branches if you like. Nice job. When you're ready, maybe hands back to first center. Guide the left knee to the front of the room. Try not to set it down, then send the leg back. Maybe you're balancing on the toes of that left foot, totally fine. Hands, bring them behind your low back, interlace your fingers. Thumbs are pressed into your low back, chest is lifted. Then hinge forward. Little micro bend in your standing knee. Kind of take some of the tension away. Lift the left leg up, 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 high as you like. Bringing the torso parallel to the earth, interlace fingers, work up, 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 toward the sky, toppling tree. Finish. Right foot meets left. Hands back to first center. Always a good place to be. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Eagle pose. You can do this seated in a chair. There's two parts of your body, lower part and upper part. You can take them separately or take them together. Let's begin. Put a bend in your knees. Put a bend in your knees. Hands can be at prayer center to opposite shoulders, or I'll show you another way in a second. Bend a little bit more into your knees. Maybe you stay right here. Perhaps arms sweep forward like chair pose. You are in chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe right arm sweeps under left, palms touch, elbows squeeze down, look over your fingers. There are your arms. Maybe sit a little lower in your bottom. All right, let's add in the leg. Let's add in the right leg. Lift the right leg up, cross it over your body, cross it over, hug high in the upper inner thighs. Top of the right foot, maybe hook it behind your left calf. Sink low, shoulders back, squeeze, down, down, down. Squeeze nice and tightly. Look over your fingertips. Let's finish. Right foot comes down. Left arms go up to your extended mountain pose. Cactus your arms. Cactus them. Maybe back bend. Back up to center. Arms go back high to extended mountain. Tadasana. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Take the variation that you took on the other side. What did you like? Hands to your shoulders. Hands to first center. You decide. Maybe you're just doing the legs. Maybe you're just doing the arms. It's all good. Right now, I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right. Palms touch. Elbows squeeze down. Look over the fingers. Right foot is going to be my foundation. Weight out of the left leg to whatever degree speaks to you today. Everybody can't do everything. How boring that would be. Lift the left leg up, maybe. Hug. Cross the legs. Hug high in the upper inner thighs. Top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink low. Squeeze what you got. Squeeze really tightly. Push into your palms. Sink lower. Dig your feet in. Shoulders are strong and broad. You got it. Finish. Left foot comes down. Arms sweep up as you uncurl. Take a baby back bend. Exhale. Hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Breathe. How are you doing with this? Fold forward one more time. Look back to your knees or your navel. Inhale. Arms sweep up. Let's go into a humble warrior. Hands to prayer center. That's where our humility begins. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Put a bend in your knees. Bend in your knees. Maybe you're seated in a chair. This will work just great here too. All right, lift the right leg up. Cross it over the left. Create like a figure four in your legs. Sink low, hold here. Sink low, sink low. Nice big stretch in your backside. Hold here. Let's take our hands, bring them behind our low back, interlace them like we did earlier. Send the interlaced fingers up to the sky. This time send your gaze down to your left toes. Find your balance. Breathe. And then finish. Hands come back to prayer center. Right foot meets left. Sink low, hold here, no rest, right? Stay right here, breathe. Let's lift the left leg up. Cross it over, figure 4. So the outside of the left ankle is on top of the right knee. Sink low, hold here, sink low. Ooh, how does that feel? Staying right here is great. A chair here is a great prop too. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your low back. Send the fingers up toward the sky like we did in our toppling tree. Gaze down to your right toes, your right knee, your navel. Lift the arms up, up, up. And then finish. Hands back to prayer center. With control, bring the left foot down. Sweep the arms up, extended mountain. Cactus out the arms. Take your little goalpost, back bend. Come on back up to your extended mountain. Hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. When you're ready, walk your hands out. Chaturanga Dandasana. Come to a high plank or your down dog. High plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg, kick it high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it on through, but this time, bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Half pigeon pose. Send your left leg long on your mat. Towel slip into the knee, feels good. Top of the left foot onto your mat. A block. Several ways you can use your blocks. All right, work your right shin. A little more parallel to the top of your mat. Here's where the block comes most in handy. Slip it under your right glutes to keep your glutes equal distant to the mat. You really feel it when they're equal distant, and that's what you want. You don't want the right hip really collapsed. You want it up. You want to get the most from your half pigeon pose, right? All right, the block at the top, you can slip down to your forearms here, or no block at all. Forearms down to the earth, forehead down to your arms. Half pigeon pose, a really intense pose, great on your hips. Hip mobility and flexibility. We all want it. We all need it. Big inhale, maybe a big sighing exhale to allow you to soften into your shoulders. Send your breath to your right hip. Breathe. All right, so here's the yoga tip, living your yoga off your mat. Remember to breathe. Keep your hip equal distant, but here's the tip. All right, so breathe through this. The yoga tip, living your yoga off of your mat today, is if you got steps in your house. Well, last week when we had steps in our house, we did our push-ups on them. Every time you went up your steps, do some push-ups. You can continue to do that, but today, take 2 steps at a time. Just try. You can do it. You've got the hip mobility. You've got the flexibility. Challenge yourself little by little with all the wonderful tools and toys and props you have at home. All right, we've already been in this too long. Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. Remove the block to the left side. Tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg back to meet the left in a 3-legged down dog. Shake it out. Shake it out and breathe. Left foot meets right, tailbone high. Shake your neck. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, bringing the left knee behind the left wrist. Slide the right leg long onto your mat, top of your foot on the mat. Bring your left shin a little more parallel to the top of your mat. And sink on down with the yoga block underneath your left hip. Know what that feels like, proper form. Come on down, forearms to the block or all the way down to your mat. Hands are crossed, maybe you rest here. Rest in your shoulders. You forget how much you hold tension in your shoulders. Right toes are really reaching long to the bottom of your mat. Big breath in, big sighing breath out. Send the breath to your hips. This pose is called half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakapatasana in Sanskrit, so just kind of fun to say. But this pose also goes by another name. It goes by sleeping swan. And we do that in our Thursday and our Sunday practices, which are restorative. And so how does it make it different? You hold the pose a whole lot longer in a Thursday or a Sunday class. And you can see how this starts to feel really, really good. So imagine holding it for 3 to 5 minutes. Do more than imagine it. Show up. Come on, explore your potential in a Thursday or Sunday class. All right, one more big breath in. Big breath out. Hands to your mat. Remove your block. Back right toes tuck under. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Shake it out, however feels good. Come back to your downward facing dog. Press into your hands, pedal your feet, shake your neck, let it go. Breathe, breathe. Hinge forward, come into a high plank. Oh no, here we go again. High plank, hold it here, press into the mat. Hold it here, and let's go into a cobra pose. Bend your elbows, keep them hugged in. Bend your elbows, lower on down, take it nice and slowly, and then come all the way down to your mat. Hands underneath your collarbones. Elbows hugged in to your side. Take your legs now. Zip them up. Big toes meet. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Your nose, your chin, your forehead is down at the midline of your body. Cobra pose. Think of a cobra with the big fan in its neck. Now what you're going to do, when you're ready, push the tops of your feet into your mat. On your next inhale, lift on up like the fan of a cobra. Lift on up, maybe weight into the pinkies, maybe no weight in the hands at all. Lift up higher, breathe, hold, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, you got it. Finish, hands come down. Arms go down by your side, turn your head. Left cheek on your mat. Soften in your shoulders, soften in your glutes. Turn your head a little bit more even so it's your ear on your mat. Finish up, chin back to center. When you're ready, bend your knees. Take your hands, reach your hands towards your feet. They don't touch, no big deal. You'll get there someday. Just don't give up. Wiggle your knees back to the midline. Press your heels towards your bottom. Empty all the air out of your lungs. When you're ready, kick into your feet. Inhale, kick, kick, kick into your feet. Maybe lift your feet up, peel your chest up, breathe. Come on down. Woo. Arms down by your side, turn your head in the other direction. Right cheek, right ear on your mat. Shoulders are soft, breathe. Finish. Chin back to center. Hands under your shoulders like how we started. Press on up through your strong arms. Seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Don't squeeze them tight. Come on up, standing on your knees. Coming up, standing on your knees, I like to take a block, place it between my ankles, and give it a good squeeze. Makes me feel more stable. Bring your hands behind your low back. Look up toward the sky, open up through your chest. Even that feels really good, doesn't it? Send your elbows back. Push your belly forward, look up, up, up to overhead. Maybe you look to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and this is plenty far enough. And you know, listen to your body, you know what's good for you. Maybe take it even farther. Maybe take it to where you see the back of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. If that's the case, maybe you can reach for your block or for your heels. Lift through your chest, breathe. Hands back to your low back as you slowly come on up. Shoulders over hips, remove the block. Have a seat on your heels. This is called your thunderbolt pose. Close your eyes, have a drink if you want. Just get rid of that loopiness, right? All right, a couple more things and we're gonna do our final shavasana. But you know you gotta move. Everybody knows you gotta move. And you can do this practice. Everybody can do this practice. Swing your legs around because you modify it. Maybe when you swing your legs around, you don't take them straight. Put a little bend in them and you just reach a little bit. Maybe you straighten the legs. Toes up to the sky, arms go up as well. Lengthen up through your staff pose. Reach your arms forward. Reach your arms forward. Grab what you can grab. Maybe it's your heels. It's your heels. Maybe it is your heels. Maybe it's your thighs, your calves, your ankles, your toes, whatever. Reach, pull, gaze down to your knees and really take a restorative forward fold here. Head toward your knees as best you can. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. How was that? All right, let's do a supine twist. It's gonna feel really good for your hips. All right, so you're seated. Bring the soles of your feet to your mat. Hands to prayer center. Let's do a bridge to get there. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Slowly, you did lots of core work today. Slowly low on down because you have strength in your core. Slowly lower all the way down. Once you're down, bring the heels up closer to your bottom. Arms down by your sides, heels towards your bottom. Knees over your ankles, press on up into a bridge pose. Feel the goodness in the front of your hips. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Feel your chest lift nice and high. Press hard into your feet, arms down by your sides. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time because you are in control. You've done cat-cow before, so you can do this. Roll the spine down, bring the tailbone down last. Left leg goes long on your mat. Right knee bends, interlaced fingers, or your towel, maybe grab it in your eye shade and bring it up by your shoulders. Hug the right knee in. Now as you're doing this, the left leg's not passive. Send the left leg long. Drive the left heel toward the bottom of the room. Feel the lengthening in your left hip. Hug the right knee in nice and tightly. Supine twist. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body. Roll onto your left hip. Tee out your right arm and gaze to the right. Nice big twist here. Take it to what feels good for you. Soften in your right shoulder. Finish up. Right hip comes down, gaze goes back up, knees goes to the midline. Interlaced fingers, hug the knee in one more time. Right leg goes long, drive through the right heel. Find length in that right leg, bend the left leg. Interlaced fingers or towel underneath the knee. Hug it in, shoulders are soft. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Tee out the left arm, look to the left. Breathe. Feel what you feel. Finish up. Left hip comes down, gaze goes down, knee comes up. Hug the left knee in. Both legs go long, drive through both heels. Drive through both heels. Find length in your front body. We all want more length, more space, more flexibility, more mobility. Bend your heels, drag them on, up, 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 up. Your core is strong. You did it. Hug the left knee toward the left armpit. Hug the right knee toward the right armpit. Rock a little bit from side to side. We're going to go into Happy Baby Ananda Balasana. All right, so once you've done this, maybe this is right where you want to stay. Maybe work your hands a little lower toward your ankles. Maybe take your hands inside your heels. Capture your heels and then send one leg up to the sky. Circle the ankle, bend that knee, and then send the other one up to the sky. Circle the ankle, and then alternate. One leg goes high, other leg bends. Play with it. You'll never get where you want to go if you don't get off the dime. Keep moving and just try. Every little bit is a work of art. And remember, your yoga is a healing art. It's not a performing art. So have fun with it. Open up the legs wide, heels high to the sky. Maybe hold on to your big toes. Maybe take your peace fingers between your big toes. Open up your legs nice and wide. And then bring your knees back together at the midline. Release your toes, bend the knees, feet come down. Final shavasana time. Don't run out. Do your final shavasana. If nothing else, just listen to the nice music. All right, come on down, fully reclined. Cover your eyes. Really block out the light. It feels really nice, especially nice if you have an eye shade. The little bit of weight feels super, and if it's scented with lavender, it's just like carrying you away. Arms down by your sides. Legs relax, let your hips externally rotate by just letting your pinkies fall toward the mat. Breathe. You worked hard. You deserve this just a few minutes of total stillness. That's the challenge. Focus only on your breath. Soften the area between your eyebrows. I know you squeeze it tight. Let it go. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Send a breath to your shoulders, letting the shoulders fall to the earth and just not hold on. Your limbs are heavy, but your breath is light. Deepen your breaths any way you like, in through the nose, out through the mouth, audibly, whatever just feels really refreshing to you. Revisit the area between your eyebrows and soften it a little bit more. Even your cheeks and your throat. Relax. No tension in your shoulders. No worries. No hurry. Just your breath here and now. If you'd like to stay here longer, please do it. Just enjoy. If it's time to conclude your hour, really slowly bring that little twinkling feeling into your fingertips and your toes. And then move it on up into the hands, the feet, the wrists. Move those digits however feels super good for you right now. As you're ready to take a big inhale, lift your arms up overhead and take a big good morning stretch. And then when you're ready to take the exhale, soften your knees and bend them. Soften your elbows and bend them and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften and breathe. Maybe you'd like to keep your eyes closed or open. You decide, but just shake it up. Press on up, either using your hands or your core. Press on up to a comfortable seated position. Bend your knees, bring your hands to a prayer center position. Press your thumbs into your chest, soften through your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. I feel so far away from you. I'm going to scoot up. So blink your eyes open. Did you take a stress number earlier on? It's a fun little quantifiable measure. What was it then, and what is it now? And don't you just feel better and more mobile and stronger in your body? Maybe you couldn't do everything. I can't do everything every day. Nobody can do everything every day. She's confused. Oh, no, she's not. She knows where to come. But anyway, do what you can with what you got. But you just got to move what you got. Move it or lose it, right? We all know that. All right, so today, as you go on with your day, be rooted, stay strong, and be overflowing with thankfulness for what you got. All right, guys, see you on your mats tomorrow for another day of yoga. Do what you can with what you got and just have fun. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye. I'm glad that you're still here. You know what? Strangely, life gets harder when you try to make it easy. Coming to yoga, doing your yoga may be kind of hard, especially in this busy season, but you're sticking with it because you're still here. But you know, never moving is even harder than coming to your yoga every day. Never moving makes life a lot harder. Easy has a cost. Don't take the easy path. Come do your yoga. Enjoy your yoga every day during the holidays. It's a busy time, but carve out that little bit of time for you to enjoy your time on your mat. Thanks for being here, guys. See you on your mat tomorrow. Don't forget, tell your friends to come too. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Tomorrow, be there. It may not be easy, but you'll be glad you did it. See ya.